Hey everyone, Dr. Bill Diamond here with two truths that will really help you from the research of UCLA. One is a landmark study that says we need 3 to 4 authentic connections a week to not slip into some level of low-grade depression. Most Americans need that much connection. That's not just somebody talking about work, but a person with whom you can go deep. But according to a Duke study, the average American only has maybe one significant other, marriage partner, best friend, and maybe a few others that they don't see very often. You know, the developing world has its challenges. We have so much in the West, but one way in which we're impoverished is in the quality and the number of connections that we have. We are isolated, and isolation distorts. It is deadly for a team, especially one that is under deep stress, like trauma units, first responders, people who hear heavy things day in and day out and have to perform at a high level, like teachers, doctors, and other people that have no downtime. The second study is fascinating, from the work of Matthew Lieberman, also at UCLA. He found that even when the situation, quote unquote, will not change, that speaking about what is going on, labeling the feelings you have, processing it with someone else, changes the brain. The amygdala is wound up. It's that fight or fight place. Amygdala means almond in Latin. And it's overactive when we just keep it all in because it is what it is, and talking about it doesn't seem like it will change anything. But when we do label our feelings, when we do help think through the nuances of what we feel and process them with somebody else, whether it's a professional or a close friend or loved one, guess what happens? There's another part of the brain, and here's your 10-cent word also for today: the ventrolateral prefrontal cortex, that part of the brain in the front on both sides, on each of the hemispheres. That's the part you need for making good decisions under stress, that executive functioning place. That begins to heat up. The amygdala calms down and we're able to sort through things. And we remember that, don't we? When we were kids, when we had the bully that was waiting for us after school, when we had the big test, when we had that heartbreak, to talk to that counselor, that parent, that teacher, that pastor, that coach, it made a difference, and it makes a difference now. So now we actually have the medical proof, the brain scans, to show that talking about it makes a difference. So what is my advice for teams? And we do this a lot. We provide a forum for people to process what is going on, the losses they have seen in the hospital, the grief they've experienced with the loss of a colleague, and it makes a difference. You know what we say is, if you cannot lower your stress, and there's systemic things that we need to address, let's be honest about that. And let's go after that direct approach. But beyond that, if we can't lower our stress, we must increase our connections. We must increase our support. This is Dr. Bill Diamond from beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. We'll see you soon.